And one thing you don't want to do as a parent is baby your kids.
Yeah.
Do not
we'll talk about it.
protect them from life.
Yes.
You can't protect them from life. Life is hard.
Yes.
The real world is hard. If you baby them and then they get to the real world where the fucking lions are, that becomes the problem. They was never built for the thing that's actually out there.
Welcome to Teed Up Podcast. I'm Uncle Phil, my brother T. Moran, who doesn't need no introduction.
I do.
No, you don't. You really don't.
Yep.
And our guest today we have, goes by many names, No Chill Gil, Hibachi, but the one
Agent Zero.
That's the one that sticks out the most. Agent Zero, the person that made the number zero to me popular. You see a lot of football players now, women's basketball, men basketball players all wearing zero. That wasn't common coming up.
Not at all.
No, you're right.
Yeah, that was not a number that people came in and said, I want number zero. We see the youth wearing it now, so it's a pleasure to have you. This podcast is definitely it's not about, like I said, the back and forth of competition when you played, college, high school. It's more so like the journey from that to now being a parent and having kids come up behind you in the family business and the guidance. My brother with, his son who's, definitely making his way up the ranks and stuff, John Morant, the journey was untraditional for a lot. We can name a couple players who probably had similar ones, but yours is very interesting because you wasn't highly ranked, but you was ranked. Is that a fair assessment?
No, I wasn't ranked, but I was known.
Okay.
So I was like that spooky tale.
Okay.
Coming from, actually, this is the area I lived. I was a Valley kid.
Okay, gotcha.
But I never left the area. So I didn't really play AAU like that.
Gotcha.
Right? So unless somebody convinced me like, yo, they've been talking shit down in LA at the real run, come on down. Then I'll come down, make my appearance. But for the most part, I just played in the Valley, but I played adult league. So I didn't play, so I just played against pros and ex-players. So that's where I really crafted my game. So the circuit of high school basketball really didn't know the name, right? Because there was no face to it. They just thought I was a Mexican kid.
I got you.
So yeah, they had to find out in real time on the court.
Right.
But saying name, what's your favorite nickname? What they call it?
Okay, so my nickname is Agent Zero.
Gotcha.
And I had the Hibachi grill.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I was cooking.
So that was a combo name.
Yeah, it was more of a phrase in a sense where, it was just something I said, right? Every time I got on fire or I'm trying to get myself heated up.
You said?
Hibachi.
Gotcha.
Hibachi.
Yeah, it was just something I was saying during my shots.
Right.
So
when you speak of the playground, playing the playground, playing in adult leagues, it's a story behind that, right? Like basically your dad would drop you off.
So, when you, I guess, retired old man's league, right? I mean, old man, like, damn, 28, 30.
Right.
They playing like Sunday mornings at like Balboa Park. So it'd be all I can say it's old now, but they were way younger than me. So these guys were 20, 25, 26 at the time, right? Going every Sunday, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'll be out there just watching, you know what I mean? So I was around basically adult basketball the whole time. And then once I started, pre-teens, 13, 14, 15, he just dropped me off at the park 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, don't pick me up till like 11 p.m.
All right.
So I'd be at the park just all day.
So did your dad hoop?
Yeah, he was hooper.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so he was a basketball player, football player, went to, University of Miami.
He actually introduced you to the sport.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny you say that because like when Ja was probably about 12, 13, it was Rafton Creek court, and I would
elementary school.
But it was like high schoolers playing, college playing, those type of dudes. But I was different. I took Ja to the court. Me and my partner, we have our chair and our cup. Like I was like, hey, y'all can play him hard as hell, just don't hurt him.
Yeah.
But that's funny because how often did you get on the court?
Oh yeah.
Notes.
Okay, so the 6 a.m. game, I probably didn't get on those first 8, 9 games. It'd be like that last game they need one,
Right.
so I get one in. Like hell yeah, got on.
Right.
And then like back then it was groups, right? You got the blacks, and then like round 11, then you got the Mexicans coming in,
Right.
then you got the Asians, right? So I'm playing against everybody, right? It's just right. I'm just trying to get a fucking game in, right? So there'll be times where that day I probably been there damn near 14 hours, got 2-3 games in.
Right.
Wow. Right.
That's crazy because T brought up him and Ray playing high school ball together. Ray came to South Carolina with his family. His dad was military. Came to South Carolina, I think he was what, 7th, 8th grade?
6th, 7th grade. 6th, 7th.
So we saw that
yeah.
he could play, but like to your point, he would play against like, it's the nerd kids on this court, you know what I'm saying? Or these are Hispanic kids over here, or the military kids. He wouldn't come over to the real court until like later on or whatnot. Now his sister, she would be over there watching all the time. And we would wonder, like we looking like he could play. Why he playing over there with the scrubs? Like he won't come over here and stuff like that, We wasn't introduced to the game like that. We just, it was like whatever the season was, we just played the sport. You know what I mean? And then we started taking more of a liking to basketball, because it seemed like more of a challenge. It wasn't like super popular in South Carolina. It was always baseball and football. So that was the two things. Him and Ray just started this journey together with it. They was growing at the same
For real.
and stuff like that. Ray was a little more athletic earlier than T. So Ray got boosted up to the varsity 10th grade. But then when they got on together, it was just like 2 6'4", 6'5" kids just tearing it down in South Carolina. Like people just coming from everywhere. So once your name got, out there, did you start seeing more of a pickup on like attention, recruitment, all that?
Yeah, I wasn't a late bloomer, but it was height helped me, right? Okay. So early I had the aggression because I was a football player too.
I got you.
So I had the aggression of football. I loved track, so I was a 100, 400 runner.
Okay.
Right, so basketball didn't really my first favorite player was Penny Hardaway. So when I seen Penny, it became like, oh, Orlando Magic, #1, fucking 25 first.
Right.
Right, so 25, that's everything, right? I seen it in the draft. And then 96 is when Cole came on the scene. And then the idea of a high school kid coming into the draft, getting picked that early, right? I'm a high school kid, right? Like, Jesus Christ, like, you know what I mean? Just the idea of him just made me fall. Like, I became a Laker fan, became a Cole fan, right? And then it just, like, really dialing in, like, this is what I want. Like, everything happened, like, around that 96. It was the Olympics, right? Watching the 400, where Michael Johnson was in it with the gold shoes.
Gold shoes, yeah.
But there was a high school kid in that also, Obi Moore. He was like the Michael fucking Jordan of 400. Like, he was that dude, right? Like he was a rock star.
Right.
Like when people talk about Usain Bolt, it was him.
That was you.
It was him. Like he was like him. So every high school kid that ran track, no matter what your sport is, we're watching Olympics for him.
Gotcha.
And then he came in, like, I think 6, he didn't place for the finals. And then came back, asked him, coach, like, so what is Obi gonna do? I was like, yeah, 4 more years. And then the next Olympics.
Yeah.
4 more years of being broke? Oh, hell no. Oh, no, I'm good. Fuck this one. Right? So that I ran my last race, broke the school record, never looked back again. Went to my coach, like, yo, I want to take this basketball thing serious. Like, that's like, what do we got to do? Then he started putting me through the routine, because he did golf too. So he did golf training, and he was an umpire for the Dodgers. I think he still might do that. And then I used to have to come in at like 5, 6 in the morning, work on my shot. Like he'll break me down stuff. Like
This
yo,
your coach?
Yeah, my coach, little Jewish dude.
Wow.
He's like, yo, this is called a step back. Right?
Right.
You got to do it. You got to go here and then angle here. Like, all right. So I'm just sitting there, just hour after hour, just working on nutrition. Because I was on JV, but like JV bench my first year. So I transferred, went to Grant my sophomore year. So you were breaking down plays, so I had to come in before school, nutrition, I had to work on dribbling. Lunch, I had to work on free throws and layups and stuff like that for 3 years. Saturday and Sunday, open up the gym, so we in there.
How you fit class in there? Because back then you had to go. Now these kids.
No, I got a quick little 15 minutes. Oh, well, my first year, yeah. My first year I went to Birmingham.
Muskie too.
Yeah, I was in
You used to be
boxing.
musky at school.
Huh?
You used to be musky at school.
Nah, they're lockers.
Huh?
They're not lockers.
You ain't taking a shower after
Not
every
after
15
nutrition.
minutes.
No, I ain't take one after nutrition. You're right. You're right about that. Nah.
See, tell them about your football career.
Hey, shut up.
Yeah, tell them about your
I
football career.
had a brief football career. Pads to big uniform. I was on. I came home and Phil asked me. He said, "You made a team?" I was like, "Yeah." He said, "What position?" I was like, "Third team kickoff return, fourth team kickoff, third string receiver."
Yep, he was running it. I was like, bro, you just out there.
Just out there.
Go to the first game, man. His shoulder pads ain't even like locked in. They doing this when he run down the field, and he quit. He ain't never played ever again. Just like straight.
Wow.
That was over.
I was Pop Warner, and we're playing against, I remember, the Eagles. I was playing for the East Valley Trojans, and I already got warned, don't try to quarterback sneak, right? They got a hitter on there. Like, it was a Samoan kid, like, he hits. Like, all right, cool, right? But, everybody a little bit, ran up the middle. I woke up a basketball player. That motherfucker knocked my helmet off.
That's what I said.
I was out of there, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look back on that goddamn sport.
So it's like, high school, you take it more serious. Lou Olson them come in. You go to Arizona. Actually, that's when. Did you wear? No, you wore.
Yeah.
Did you wear zero?
So I was 25 in high school. I grew. So I grew. I was growing like sophomore, like 5'6", and then by the time I finished, I was about 6'1", 6'2".
Right.
And then so like all my athleticism, everything.
Right.
Then I got the being playing football for the young age. I hit the hole like a football player.
Right.
So I was really aggressive early. Track, so I love running. Like all them line drills, getting in trouble, that shit was breeze to me.
Right.
So when Ludosin came, it was more of a, he came and was like, yeah, I never really watched you play, seen your little highlights on the plane, but, my assistant Ronnie Tension really thinks you're really good.
Right.
So, I'm here doing a visit. You're like you're our third backup, you're like the third option. So we got a dude named Kevin Gaines is number one. He ended up going to Michigan.
Right.
He's out of Vegas. Then Jimmy Hayward.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, cool. He said, you guys got that 1-2 combo type. So I was like, all right, go, whatever. Right. So I did my visit in Kansas State. The local guy from Bronzewell from CSUN was trying to recruit me.
Okay.
And then Pat Kennedy over in DePaul was after me. And then I went to go do a visit in Arizona, and then there was like a pickup game, and some of the players was there, like
Bibby
them,
yeah.
even though they were in the league.
Right.
And then one of the guys I played here, who was like in front of me, so he averaged 36, I'm averaging 32, so he was the man. So he led in scoring. But when we played against each other, I had a quadruple double on him, 46, 13, 12, 11. Right? But it was something I seen in his eyes in that game. Like I was a 1, he was a 2, so like, yeah. He was a pure score.
What was that stat again?
46, 13, 12, 11.
Jeez.
Yeah, like he was
Hold
the
on,
megalodon.
hold on. 11 steals?
Yeah.
Assists, rebound, points.
Oh yeah.
You was
Oh,
everywhere.
yeah. I was faster than everybody. So so when we played against each other, right? That was the big headline. So when he was in Arizona, I seen that look still in his eye.
Oh man, I got to go get that.
Went at him. When I got home, I said, "Yo, I'm going to Arizona." My dad was like, "Whoa, what are you talking about?" And he was like, "Yo, they got Jason Gardner coming." He was like, he's the #1 player in the country in point guards.
Yeah.
He said they got Lamont Frazier, JUCO runner-up player of the year.
Yeah, Rip
they
was
got
still there. Richard Jefferson
Lauren
was still
Woods. Like they already have Richard Jefferson.
Yeah, 7-footer. Wake Forest.
Yeah, Wake Forest.
Yeah.
They have Luke Recker, who was coming. He's goddamn Mr. Indiana, fucking 4 years in high school. He was like, nah, this is where you're going. I was like, listen, he's still afraid of me. I said, I might not start at the beginning, but I will work him and take that position from him.
Man,
And my dad was like,
he probably still won't fight you right now.
he was like, if you say he afraid, then nothing gonna change it.
Yeah.
And then he was like, all right, call him. So Ludos was like, listen, whoever signs before you, out of you three, I'll take. So I called him as soon as my dad had the conversation. I was like, I want to come.
Yeah. You segue right into where I was going because I wanted to know like how much of your choice of Arizona your dad played into it because I'm still I'm not mad that nephew went to Murray, but I don't know the conversation that they had. I was supposed to be there, but the job then I had important meeting that I had to attend. So I wanted to know, like, you just said it, but he just called me and like, yeah, he chose. And I'm
No, you called me, but piggybacking off of what you were saying, right? Coach James Kane called Ja, and he was like, Ja didn't answer. Then he called me, and he was like, "Hey T, I need you to talk to Ja because we bringing in 3 guys." And he says, but we only have 3 scholarships. If they take the scholarships, we don't have nothing available for Ja. So I was like, hold on, let me talk to Ja. I talked to Ja. Ja said, when they coming for the official visit. When they said the official visit, Ja said, well, can I get the visit a weekend before? And Coach Kane said, let me talk to Coach Matt. So it was more like Ja said, they put Ja ahead of them. So I was already telling Phil, like, when we go to official visits, you coming. So Murray was Ja's first official visit. And they told Ja, like, once you come to Murray, the ball will be in your hand day one. We land in Murray. Coach Kane threw Ja one of them little miniature basketball. He was irritating the fuck out of me the whole time. I'm talking about one pop. Man, cut that shit out, right? But we did the tour, and then Jamie and Ja said they wanted to go lay down for a minute. So Coach Kane took me around Murray, and we were sitting there talking, and then Jamie called me and she says, "Did you talk to your son?" And I was like, "No, y'all supposed to be asleep." And she said, "No, did you talk to your son?" And I was like, "About what?" She said, "Call your son." So when I called Ja, he was like, "I'm ready." I'm like, "Ready for what?" And he says, "To commit." Commit to where? Like, here. And I was like, so I started talking to him about integrity. You already told South Carolina, Clemson, Georgia Tech, and all of them, you was going to let them come in, see you or whatever, give them a chance. He was like, nah, he said, I'm ready. So then I walked back in the little, what was the golf spot?
The country club.
The country club.
Very country club, yeah.
And a white guy, respectfully, he came up and tapped me. And he said, "Young man, I'm listening to you talking." He said, "Aren't you from South Carolina?" And I said, "Yeah." He was like, "Well, I saw South Carolina didn't offer yet since you talked about integrity." And I was like, So Coach Kane said, from 0 to 10, what's the chance that you think Ja come to Murray State? I said 5. He was like, damn. So then I called Ja, and I was like, yo, 0 to 10, how comfortable you at Murray State? He said 11. I was like, shit. Yeah, that shit over with. And then Phil called me like, yo, what the fuck going on?
I'm hearing through Facebook. I heard through Facebook. So I'm calling, and he's like, yeah, man, he said this is where you want to be at. I'm like, all right, but I'm mad because I want to go on these visits. We ain't never get to do that. You know what I'm saying?
I get, yeah.
We didn't get to do it. So I wanted to see, like, how all of that goes. You know what I mean? Like, what are they saying? Like, you know, we seen he got game later on, you know, with Ray when he going to visit and stuff. So I'm like, we didn't get to do that. You know what I'm saying? I went JUCO. He went straight NAIA and stuff. So it's like, man, it'd be cool to kind of see how, you know, this is. To just kind of, you know, just your own knowledge and stuff.
Yeah, getting
the
perks, getting getting the perks, understanding, like being recruited. Right? It's like, yo, hold on, I know you want to go here, but let's see what first person to show you a little ass, you want to jump on it. Come on, man. Can we get to the beach?
right.
Like, yeah,
that
so,
was what?
No, so I really understand. Like my dad didn't come, right? And DePaul offered, my dad said, if your son commits here, we heard your sister was coming, because she wanted to be an actress, and we'll give her a full scholarship.
Right.
So I was going against that, but he was like, why? And I said, out of all the people that was talking, you know, the people said, he's the only one that said that I can make it to the NBA. Lou Wilson.
Really?
He was like, you know, we can do the Jason Terry route. We'll redshirt you because I was young. So he said, we'll redshirt you, then do 4 years.
Right.
And I said, he's the only one who said that.
Right. He was definitely producing the
Right,
guard.
so I'm like, I said, this one said 1,000 minutes. I don't know what the fuck that means. Right? I don't know what that means. Right. He said 1,000 points. I can calculate that.
Right.
1,000 minutes, I don't know what that means.
How many games is that?
So he was like, he said, you only know what you felt over there.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take your spot. He's all right, go for it.
So when it came down to you, and you see where I'm going with this, I'm leading up to get to your kids. So you're at Arizona, now you're like, okay, the door is open for me to go.
No, the plan when I got there was they were gonna redshirt me.
Right, but I mean, I'm fast forwarding. So you played, you've been successful at Arizona. Now the door is opening for you to go to the league. How was that conversation? Who was in the room with you with that?
So I was the last one to commit, right? I'm the best player on the team. So, you know, them 4 left, so it's like, all right, I might as well. So at this point, it was more of who's going to be the better player.
Right.
So even then, I thought about like
The challenge.
the fast forward of the player. So if I stay in college this year, go back for my junior year, come out as a junior, or if I go to the NBA and work out with NBA players, when that junior meets me, who will be better? Right. So if this is my team and I got 4 McDonald's All-Americans on my team, I'm not the McDonald's, and I'm walking through them, what happens with the guys that's coming in, you know, next, these freshmen? So I was like, I just go fight in the NBA and be a better 19, 20-year-old, right? So that was my logic. So,
especially with the Kobe going straight.
Yeah, so you know, it's, you know, I fast forwarded my life damn near 3 years. So, you know, my dad, he was like, yeah, let's go. Right. Basketball is basketball. Talent is talent. You know what I mean? Just like anything, it's, you know how to swim, right? I throw you in the ocean. There's sharks. There's shit in there. There's waves. There's eventually you're gonna figure out how to swim with that, right? So, you know, you're gonna drown, you're gonna taste the water. It's gonna be rough at first, but eventually you'll get through it. So, you know, enter my name in the draft, went through the process. Bullshit. It's all bullshit.
The workouts and all that stuff.
It's a meaningless thing, right? Even I learned it early back then. I went to Chicago camp. In Chicago,
pre-draft.
Pre-draft. So I'm thinking that's everybody.
Right.
I didn't know there was motherfucking red carpet of players.
Yeah.
You know? I didn't know first class. So I thought this was all Southwest.
They put you in Maine.
Right. So I'm,
I got the red carpet.
Huh?
Ja got the red
see,
carpet.
I didn't know about red carpet.
Yeah.
I'm playing, I'm going through the workouts, drills, like it's battleground. We battling for our lives. And you got to think about the ego at the time. If this is what I know, I'm becoming the king, Lion King around here. Ones, what's happening? Twos, I don't know. You just scream, right? You know what I mean? You just scream for me. I got us, right? You know, because for that draft, I'm running at UCLA. I'm running fucking 5 miles a day. I'm doing everything to be ready for this. Because it's like, if you perform here, you'll be a lottery. So that's all I'm hearing. So all these players that's here is like, nah.
Right.
But that agents were telling you that?
Yeah. Right, so basically, I remember we did our first little meeting where everyone, it was like we had to do like the players meeting.
Gotcha.
Right, and that's when you see the celebrities around this motherfucker. Like, yo, who the fuck is this?
Right.
Like, yo, hey, so where you supposed to be? Yeah, I'm anywhere from 5 to 7. 10, 11.
Yeah.
Fuck is these people? High school kids coming in, and you see the mountains of you. Like now you see mountains. Motherfuckers just sitting there like these motherfuckers came out the lab.
Right.
Right. And I remember I'm just sitting there just eyeing people. And I learned from a professor, and he said, treat everything like it's the wild wild, right? The people in the front, don't ever worry about them. He said they got confidence problems. They still want to be seen, right? He said they still want to be seen. They still looking for validation. So you're not worried about them. He said you're talented, just a naturally gifted, gonna sit in the back. They're not paying attention. They just think they like that. He said now a real true killer is gonna be sitting somewhere in the middle. He said that's the one where it's like a wolf that's been planted in front of sheeps. He's gonna eat everything around him before anybody notices. He's gonna get full.
Right.
Right? So now I'm just looking, sizing everybody up like, all right, okay, I got the Collin twins, that looks, Shane Battier at their front.
Yeah, that's cute.
You know what I mean? The smarty artist in the front, right? Nobody paying attention to him. Right? So it's just like, all right, so you start looking in the back, you see, all right, okay, these are motherfuckers that can jump out the gym, okay, you got the, then, in the middle trying to figure out okay, Joe Johnson, and now I'm seeing, like when I think back, now I know who was in the middle. So I remember they did some corny thing about what do you want to get out of the NBA, right? And I passed the word down, yo, give me the mic, right? So they put on, hey, Gil want the mic, right? So Twin came to me, so what do you want to be? And I was like, I told him, I told him I'm gonna be a pimp. And they said, you're not gonna do it. Y'all think I could
Pimp the league.
Hey, so I said, I want to be a pimp. And then the dude got, so you think that, justifying women is this and this and this. Like, I was just playing, but now you challenged me. Like, I don't know if you know this is sports, right? So if I back down to you, they're gonna think I'm mentally weak. Right, so I obviously I got to double down. So I thought, I'm sorry, I didn't. I want to be an international pimp.
Right.
Like, because this is sports,
right?
Everyone's looking for a weakness.
Right.
So that right there, no matter who I was, they already know him. He don't give a fuck.
Right.
So that means he's not gonna back down from nothing.
Right.
That's the point of what I did. When we're in workouts, I'm not backing down from nothing.
Right.
So when I went through workouts,
Nothing.
tore them apart.
Right.
And it didn't mean nothing.
Interview process, all of that stuff
It
too.
didn't mean nothing.
Right.
They had a treadmill test. Like, it just didn't match up to what I thought this was supposed to be.
Right.
I thought you was looking for the fittest of the fittest, and this didn't make sense to me. Right? We did a treadmill test, and the first thing I asked, what's the top number? And there's like 18 minutes. This is supposed to be the best of the best. 18 minutes is the top.
Right.
The treadmill, you got a little speed, little 3 and up. And it was like, no, go to 18 minutes and then that's it. Wait, so everyone gets to the same time?
Right.
So you don't know who's like the best?
Right.
Who's in fit?
Yeah.
What is the point of this?
I think I remember.
How do you bring out who's the dog and who's just
Yeah, they didn't.
So I
do
was
the
like, there's
mile.
no 2 hours, 3 hours. You need to find out who's who
Right.
around here. And then because I was like, oh, well, there ain't no point in doing this. I'm out.
I think I remember Ray saying he went on a visit and they had him walk just up and down the court. And he's thinking, you know what I'm saying, I'm coming to audition for this team. And that's really what he wanted to do. They wanted to see him walk, and he was like, you know, like, what is this? You know, like he felt belittled by just the act of all that. And again, with Ja's journey, he actually, I remember because I went with him all around the hotel for his interviews and stuff. And it was him, Zion, and RJ Barrett every day. But they might have this much stops they got to make. And then all these other kids, I'm talking about from, it's a kid with the big afro in Chicago, out of Chapel
Kobe
Hill.
White?
Kobe, all of them.
Yeah.
They got like a long list of stops they got to make and pictures and hats. And I'm like, what is this? You know, so now I'm getting to see it. I didn't get to see the college visits, but I'm seeing this, you know what I mean? And then we're at IMG training, and you remember with Luke May, who was killing at Chapel Hill and all this stuff.
Yeah.
He basically went undrafted. But every other day, him and Ja on court, the next day Luke had to fly out for 2 or 3 days and stuff like that.
Train.
And they're trying to teach Ja how to eat healthy, while Luke is down here just destroying everything on the salad bar. Ja like, nah, that's not, nah, I don't fool with that. Nah, that's not me. Because this was his chef. So he don't know like chickpeas and stuff like that. And Luke is destroying us. So I'm like, I'm gonna play a little game. I said, Luke, how many bus trips y'all took at Chapel Hill? And he like 2. Like, damn, John, how much bus trips? Murray, he like, shit, all of them. I said, damn, Luke, like y'all got a private plane and stuff? He like, yeah. I said, jump man on that? He like, yep. I said, John, March Madness, that's the only time we got on the plane. I'm like, damn, Luke, like, stop. I see where you're going with this. This is the, you know, projected top 3 pick.
Right.
I'm thinking this dude should be in the first round for what he did at Chapel Hill, but it's like, oh my God. So you got to curve all of this to go to the league. So it just seemed like your journey, you get to the league and Golden State.
Yeah.
Was it, hold on, I don't know if was it right after the lockout?
No,
I remember they had a lockout.
Yeah, I'm 2001, lockout with 99?
99, okay,
Yeah, 2
got
years.
you. You and Antoine Jameson.
No, so he was so me, Jason Richardson, Troy Murphy.
You and Jameson was at Washington together.
Yeah, we came to Washington.
Gotcha.
But he was the franchise at Golden State.
Golden State, I thought so. So he was there in 90,
was already there.
99 and whatnot.
Yeah, he was 9, yeah.
So
Yeah, he got there 98.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he got there 98, 99, 2000.
yeah.
So he was like the vet.
So going into Golden State, was it what you expected? Like, all right, because you went second
I went
round.
second round, pick 31.
You think the pimp comment kind of affected?
Yeah, all of it did.
I was
It all did. You know, the comment, the treadmill test, the immaturity.
What you ran on the treadmill?
Well, so I had Chucks on, and then I just went on it for 3 minutes, and then I'm like, I'm not messing my Chucks up for this.
Yeah. Yeah, so that word got around real quick.
Yeah, I remember working out in Orlando, right? Doc Rivers was the coach, right, doing a workout. And we're doing 1-on-1 drill, 2-on-2 drills. I'm walking through, like, you know what I mean? Like, because I was a track star,
Right.
running, 400, like, that's what I did. Like,
Right.
that was my thing, just running. So I was in prime shape, but they were looking at the sheet, see me have 3 minutes. They just watched me, full court, 1-on-1, destroy everyone.
Right.
Then had the nerve to ask me, do you think you would be in better position if you was in shape?
Five miles at UCLA.
And I'm just, you already had the pre-notion, so you're not watching anything in real life. You're in real time, right? I remember Sacramento said I couldn't shoot, right? And I went 23 for 25 from the three-point line. what are y'all watching? What are y'all actually looking at?
Right.
That
When
tunnel
you-
move.
Right. That's why I said when I got drafted, I just realized this. You guys are failing because you don't know what you're looking for. You don't know what you're looking at.
Right.
Who you are in college has nothing to do with the NBA.
Agreed.
Right? You're like, you don't know who has heart. You don't know who has the will to want to get better. How a kid acted in college is not how he's going to act in the NBA.
Exactly.
Facts.
Right? In
Facts.
college, he's around other college kids
Right.
doing other college shit.
Right.
Chasing girls, drinking, doing bong. That's college.
Right.
NBA, I'm around grown men. So it's two different worlds. So what you're judging my immaturity on, I don't have room for it here. These are grown men.
Right.
So, so it was a reality check because everything seemed faster.
Right.
Right, even though I was fast.
Right.
It just seemed faster. Everyone was stronger, smarter, right? I really thought everything was a test. So anytime someone said something to me, I looked at the bigger picture. What the fuck are you really trying to say?
Right.
Back then we had the little psychiatrist, right, asking stupid ass questions. Do you want to build or sew and shit like that? Like, I want to hoop, dog.
Right.
Like, I don't want to cook, dog. I don't want to clean. I want to hoop.
Right.
Right. So me sitting here talking to you while everybody practicing, like, that is really fucking irritating me, to be honest.
Right.
And then I remember, he's like, all right, so look, last question. Do you want to have the game-winning shot or the game-winning pass?
I want to win the game.
And I grew up on Michael Jordan, so obviously I want to shoot that bitch.
Right.
Right?
Right.
If I say pass, it means I'm a team player. I can know win-win, because if I say I pass, and they're really gonna believe that shit, and I don't want to do that.
Right.
So I was like, I want to get the game-winning rebound.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, the rebound is an effort thing. So when that ball goes up, it's all 10 of us going after it. So I want to do that. I want to be the one that saves the game by getting the last rebound. And then he was like, never heard that one before. He said, I don't know how much time you're gonna get or whatever, but you have the mind of a winner.
Right.
And just start taking this game serious, right? Right now, they think you're a goofball.
Right.
Feel.
My personality, I go from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
So he said, stop being this. All I heard was be the opposite. Overnight, I became the most angriest motherfucker in the world.
Wow.
Now I remember my goddamn girlfriend, she know me because I'm broke, right? I'm a 31 pick, I ain't playing. All that just came,
Right.
right? It was no more, I'm just happy to be here.
Right.
Right, I wouldn't talk to motherfuckers, I wouldn't pass it to them, man, shut up, man. Either get it off the glass or catch up. I'm not slowing down for you motherfuckers, you guys are late.
Right.
It became angry man shit, and sure enough, motherfucker changed. Hey, Rook, come on in and practice. Like, cause then I wasn't practicing.
Right.
So I didn't get to practice nothing. They just motherfucker kind of just sit here all day, just.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Like, so it was a real rude awakening, because you think like the stars ain't gonna practice. Yeah, you get to come in, show your shit. And then just like anything, you hear stories all the time. Hey man, I'm busting his ass. They not going hard in practice against you.
For real.
Right? Yeah, nah, you just out here as atmosphere, man.
Right.
And like when people say, man, you working against Kevin Durant. You should be Kevin Durant Jr. No, that shit don't work like that.
Right.
Right? When people like, you practice against the best, you become the best.
Yeah.
Right? There's a Michael Jordan, there wasn't a Michael Jordan Jr. Are you talking everybody who worked?
You saw the juniors.
Remember, everybody who worked out with Michael Jordan didn't have the work his mentality. It was just him.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing with Kobe. There was no Kobe mentality that was passed on. Right? The elite of the elite. Nobody can coexist with. No one knows what it is.
Right.
Right? These guys don't share nothing. You got LeBron James. He's been in for 22 years. There's no one who's mimicked his behavior out of all the teams he's been on.
Right.
Because we all want to be pros.
Right.
We don't want to be that.
Right. So do you think veterans are important in the locker room
Yes.
in today's basketball?
Yes.
Because you was a vet. You
Yes,
and Nick Young are hilarious, bro.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
Yeah, that was your rook, right?
Yeah, that was my rook. Now, my personality with his personality, you can see why he didn't get the turnout. So that's one of the things that I like kind of regret, because he never got to see the side of me that was Agent Zero. He didn't get to see 4 times a day in the gym. He didn't get to see where I didn't go to the club. Yeah. I was in that motherfucker.
4 times a day?
Yeah, I didn't go nowhere. Once I tasted success, that's all I wanted.
What
Kobe
year?
was my guy. So he in the gym, I'm in the gym.
What year would this be in the league?
So,
Year.
No. I learned that shit early. So Mark Jackson, my rookie year, used to make me come to the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning. And then I used to stay there all day. Right? Once I realized, so I knew how to work out. I was a workout guy, but I didn't know how to be a pro.
Right.
I didn't see it around me.
Right.
So
you see that a lot today.
Yeah, so Chris Mullen is the one who kind of honed in, like, this is what you do when you here. Right? So he helped, Mark Jackson helped really craft.
Right.
And then once Luke Walton got the Lakers, I used to call him, like, what does Kobe do? Then he'll start telling me, like, get the fuck out of here. I heard he'd get there at 3 o'clock. Bullshit. So I'll go to the gym, take a cab. We come to live Marina Del Rey. We'll come to Marina Del Rey. I'll go to the gym, take a cab. I wouldn't go to sleep, no lunch, go there. 3 o'clock, 3:15, here he come. Like,
you really hear it, yeah.
I got my vets coming in on the second bus. Second bus, motherfucker, 3 o'clock. Out there going hard.
Right.
Like, there's no game after. Like, he ain't got no game. Like, I mean, it was Ghost State Warriors, so he don't really have a matchup. But the fact that he was going like it was game 7 was the crazy part. So that really turned me into something else. Like, you're talking about a 3-time, but shit, it was back-to-back champ at that point, 99, 2000. So they were going for their 3rd.
Right.
And watching him, it really let me know this is what success was. So that's all I knew, right? That's all I wanted to be. So I really judged you off of, if I got there 3, when did you get there? So the only 2 people, and this is crazy, only 2 people I ever seen in my career that was in the gym consistently, that early, Kobe, Ray Allen.
Yeah. Ray got a lot of guys on that team in Seattle paid.
Yep.
A lot of them.
Like, that's one thing, like, if no matter what I'll say about Ray, when it comes to somebody working, I don't know what he did in practice and all that, but 2 players in my 3 o'clock routine, Kobe and Ray.
Yeah, them 2 used to be on the same trajectory, and this motherfucker just started partying.
Yeah, we were worrying about different balls.
No, it happened, man. Listen, and that's what I learned, man. And that's where people didn't really understand how I caught fire so fast and really, like, jumped out in front of everybody. I realized everybody works out in the summer, right? We all work out, do the nutrition stuff, and then in the NBA, it's the worst part of us as basketball players. Because we're going from city to city now. Partying, hoes, so we're drinking, getting up. So that's the worst of us. We're not doing that at home, because our kids, our wives, girlfriends here, so they ain't allowing that shit anyway. So when we get to the NBA and this NBA season, that's when we kind of fall off.
Right.
That's when I knew to be confined. So my cell phone, no incoming calls. So that's when I became a professional. So I'm not doing any of that. Like, whoever party it is, whoever gonna have the best party, this year, that's the only one I'm going to. The rest of y'all fuck off, right? And that's, right, you know what I mean? That was it. Like, which one of y'all got the best party, I'm going to one party, and everybody else fuck off, you know what I mean? And then from there is I just put a routine in, working out routine, right? So the night before the game, I worked out at 7, so my body understood 7 o'clock, turn on, right? Always had problems with that 11 o'clock. Them 11, 1 o'clock game, or that 1 o'clock game. So
excuse me,
the 1 o'clock game is the worst one. It was the worst for me because that's when my body shut down, because after practice, eat, go to sleep. So my body wanted to go to sleep at 1 o'clock. So every time we had to play like Toronto or something at 1, that was horrible for me.
Right. I got you.
But I turned my body on, so I learned like watching shit, turn my body on at 7, so I routinely did the same thing. You know, it's really a disciplined behavior. Once you're, so the shit Shea doing right now, what Jokic is doing, what Luka's doing, LeBron for 22 years, what Giannis is doing. That's just a routine they're in. Outside the court, going to sleep at the same time. I guarantee if you ask them what they do, it's going to be like fucking machines. They're doing the same thing, eating the same breakfast, eating the same lunch, waking up, going to sleep, listening to the same music. So what happens is once you get into routine, your game becomes routine.
That's why I asked the vet question because, and when you said the hanging out or whatever compared to, Gil the workout compared to Gil the professional.
So what happened is when I got hurt, so by the time Nick and those young boys got to the team, it was the first time I got to party.
Gotcha.
Right? Like I didn't get the club like that. So now like, all right, I ain't, no responsibilities on me. What's happening?
Right.
Right? I didn't grasp that this is their careers, this is what they're trying to do. So I wasn't a vet.
Right.
That's y'all vet. I'm the party nigga. What's happening? I'm going to the club tonight and I'm buying all the bottles. What's up?
You the cool.
Yeah, I'm the cool dude. You know what I mean? So like I got hurt at 25, so I'm not in my peak. So I'm only 26, 27. So what's up? Let's go party. Like, yeah, bottles on me. What's happening?
Right.
So I'm taking care of them, but I wasn't taking care of their basketball career.
Right. I got you.
Right. So when I say you need vets, you need vets that can tell you right from wrong.
Right, and not afraid to.
And show you.
Not
and show
because,
you as well.
But now there's really, a certain vet is important to a certain player, right? Ja Morant can't get a Steven Adams, and that's the guy who's going to teach him. Like, they don't coexist. Their worlds don't coexist. Their demand, who they are, the responsibilities don't coexist.
Right.
Steven Adams would never know what Ja has going on.
Right.
Two different fucking worlds, right? Derrick Rose was the perfect person that came because he was the superstar that had the world, like arenas. He had to sacrifice shit that nobody knows of. He has to have conversations with coach nobody knows. We're all not on the same playing field. There's conversations Ja have with his team that Desmond Bain don't have.
Right.
That JJJ don't have. Right? When you're like, hey, how you feeling today? You know what? We're gonna let you sit for today. He's not telling them to the other one. So when people are like, oh, load management, why is it load management? We didn't have you. Hey, listen, don't worry about me, motherfucker. Right? I'm franchised. It's very different here.
Right.
So when you're talking about having a vet, there has to be a vet sometimes for the superstar only. Somebody who's already went there, done that has the resume that his brain can coexist with.
Right, exactly.
Like, so when someone says, oh yeah, we got the vet for you, Ja has to be able to look at that guy and say, oh, I bet.
Right.
Yeah.
See, youngest MVP, his brain can coexist with that. Motherfucker who averaged 5 and 6, nigga, stop.
I think you had a good
I'm not
combo.
gonna respect that.
You had a good combo. You named Mark Jackson and you named Chris Mullins.
Yeah.
Two New York guys. Two St. John guys, two guys.
Oh no, not that Mark. Philly Mark, Big Mark.
Oh,
Philly.
Big Mark.
Yeah, Big Philly Mark. Yes,
But still, he actually, he had to learn it too because he was overseas.
Yeah, he was overseas. Came in. He played the last 25 games of the season. Got 25 million. So he told me, he said, "Man, listen, don't ever worry about the start. Just keep working. They gonna call your name."
Yeah.
He said, they're gonna call your name. They always call our names, right? He said, just keep working. So when they call it, I don't give a fuck if it's 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Go in and hey, the shit he told me, like, it's funny because it helps so much with the game within the game. He said, when they call your name, you run to the motherfucker scoreboard.
Right.
Don't walk like you motherfucking cool. I don't give a fuck what that score is. You down 100, I don't give a shit if he put you in for 7 seconds.
Right.
You run. All right, coach, take your shit off, run, get the fuck in there.
Right.
None of that cool man shit like, oh, they calling my name. They gotta think you are grateful.
Right.
It's crazy.
He said, you got to beat the coach in his thinking. Like because there's going to always be that they're like, man, these motherfuckers, hey, Rook, get in here.
Yeah.
And that's what ended up happening one game, right? Because he's seen every time motherfucker I'm running to the gym, running out, high-fiving, drinking like I'm doing it all.
Right.
So when coach, that third quarter, he needs that energy, Rook, go.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, we need that right now.
It's crazy you say that because we just came from our first AE tournament in Memphis. And that's what I was preaching to the players. Like, we have 12 starters, right? I said, don't worry about whether you start or whatever. And then I made reference to, is Luke Kennard a starter on the Grizzlies? Because I'm sure y'all watch him. And they was like, no, not unless somebody. And I said, y'all saw Luke come in and get 30? And they was like, yeah. And I was like, that's what y'all supposed to do. When your number's called, you got to be ready. I mean, run head first into the backboard. And they were like, I can't jump that high. Man, I'm just joking, but goddamn. Yeah, but it's funny you said that.
Bringing, like, I asked the vet question because you have 5 kids.
5 years.
I mean, just doing my little bit of research, 4 of them playing basketball.
Yeah, 4 of them hoop, 1 is a cheerleader.
Gotcha. it all works, I didn't push my kids into sports. I let my son played baseball, basketball, but that's because he stayed his ass in the room all the time, and I wanted him to socialize and learn how to teamwork because that's what sports taught us and whatnot. But I look at that and I look at the landscape of basketball now. You got a daughter at Louisville, Azalea. Azalea. And then you got Alijah coming up right now that is, the talk of New York right now. Everybody talking about him, and of course, T respectfully got Jai and Tanaya. Looking at your son in the direction he's going. He chose USC. Your daughter's at Louisville. Are you... Because he's getting money now. That's the crazy part. It's like he got to be a professional right now in high school. Like, hey, you got to shoot at this time, or you got an appearance of this, or you signing. I don't know what NIL stuff you're getting, but I'm just looking at the kids now. Like, how are you like involved? Because he was cutting hair. He just saying he playing pickup, or he got a game tonight, or whatever. He just show up as dad, and talk shit from the sideline. How are you like involved with all this, or is it representation doing this?
No. So Alijah started off. All of them started off basketball around the same time. So they all started off in soccer first, and end up from just friends playing at the school. They went to Sierra King Elementary School, so playing with their friends. Then that's how they got in basketball, right? Then they found out that I played. Right, so
what?
Yeah. Because by the time I retired and they got old enough to know I wasn't playing anymore.
Right. Okay.
So once my son started getting a little better, I'm working with a little bit, and I learned early, coach and father can't coexist at the same time.
Yeah, I agree.
Right, I can't be both. Right, so if I'm your coach, I'm your coach. Once the game starts, I'm your father.
Right.
I'm just there to support.
Facts.
Watch the game, cheer.
Right.
Right? Don't fucking look over here. Coach yelling at you, benching you. You over there crying. Look at him. He's your coach. That ain't my job. Right?
That was my joint. I always just wanted to train Ja. I didn't want to coach him because of the fact that I always say, like, father coaching son makes a riff with the team because
and your wife.
He only can shoot like that because his dad the coach. Blah blah blah.
No,
he don't let little Johnny shoot. He only want So what you saying?
And then if you don't want that, the hardest person you're on is your kid.
Yeah.
Right. So he regrets you for being the fucking coach because you doing a bunch of whole shit on him like, you gotta run this and do that. And he's like, oh damn, this motherfucker just turned the ball over. So it never works. Never works. So
right. I agree.
I used to, start off training, and then he started asking me like once he started getting good, and I said, look, if you call me to be your trainer, I don't want to hear shit you got going on. I don't want to hear no excuses, dog. If if I say practice at 4 o'clock in the morning, fucking practice at 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to hear over because I'm gonna be up at 4 o'clock in the morning, right? So
Ready.
if I have more energy than you, we have a problem there,
Yeah.
right? I said I can't love this shit for you.
Yeah.
I said I'm gonna knock on your door, I'm gonna knock on, wake you up, and then I'm gonna do it one more time 15 minutes later. If you can't wake up on the third one, they ain't no motherfucking workout. You ain't gotta worry about me getting mad, because I'm back to father now, right? That's just a workout your ass missed, right? You know what I mean? So I'm taking one hat off, putting another one on. So when we are training, I'm training you how I trained.
Right.
So from 11, 12, we're training like pros.
Right.
I don't give a fuck if you fall out in this bitch. We gonna run 10 line drills at this speed. Goddamn it, we running 10 line drills at this speed. He went to USA Workout and said, "Oh, this is kind of easy compared to my dad shit." No, I'm serious. Right? Because so when we start the workout out, I'm burning your legs out.
Right.
Right? So we're starting low squat, dribbling moves for about 30, 40 minutes. Right? So we're starting off with the pat, going, like doing all the moves. Jaw move in there, I call it jaw, right? It's the drop bop, right? Drop bop, and then I've added all the extras to it, right? Drop bop swing, right? So he's been doing that from here, right? So what they've seen is my work ethic first, right? I'm up at 4:30, so when they like sometimes they have their friends over and they all up, they see me come down, go shoot my shots or go work out, so they see me put the work in, so they don't have an excuse for me.
Right.
Like I don't want to hit that shit, right? Like go play. If you're gonna come to work out, come work out. Right. Unfortunately, my girls don't.
I was just about to ask, what's the difference between training your son and training, your sons and training your daughter?
So the boys, because they've seen success, they already know. I don't care about this. I don't care what you do on the court. For me, I'm judging what you do in my practice gym. Right? Because if you're doing what we do in this practice, you're gonna fucking succeed. Trust me about that. So I don't need to worry about watching that. Here, this is where I focus on. Girls, I mean, are we gonna have water breaks?
Yeah. They need them details.
Like, it's like, who the fuck drinks water? Like, you trying to be a professional water? The only time you drink water is you sitting at the end of the bench.
Right.
I didn't know that's where you wanted to be. If that's where you want to be, fucking have as many water breaks as you want, because there's a lot of water on that bench. You can drink fucking gallons of that shit. You rehydrated on the goddamn bench. So, right? So then they want you to explain everything, which I have no problem doing. Like, why do I need to do this? Well, my trainer, this trainer don't say that. Your trainer was a tennis coach.
That's what I'm about to say. Your trainer was a
And he
pro?
fucking watch YouTube videos and it gets plays and it comes to you. Like the move you just did, how the hell are you gonna do that move if there's a defender there? But I'm teaching the move I'm teaching you, your defender has to play you like this. So when you come here, right, and you square up, he has to adjust. So that's when you hit him with the in and out to go back this way, right? Oh, okay. Okay, then why do we need to do this? Oh, wait, we're not gonna be stopping. We gotta be out of here in a minute. You got school in the morning. We can't stop 52 times because you're tired.
Right.
Right?
Your most intense session with your son, like when it was almost about to come fisticuffs. I know it had to be a time.
And we never had that. We've never, like, we've never, like he's never, because he's had someone worse than me.
Right.
His first AE coach, Daryl, he don't give fucks about nothing. Right? If he say run up that motherfucking mountain, you're gonna run up that mountain.
Shout out to Daryl.
Yeah, the Cavs program. So my kids was in the Cavs program because it's like, I know what he teaches. And one thing you don't want to do as a parent is baby your kids.
Yeah.
Do not
We're talking about it.
protect them from life.
Yes. And
you can't protect them from life. Life is hard.
yes.
The real world is hard. If you baby them and then they get to the real world where the fucking lions are, that becomes the problem. They was never built for the thing that's actually out there. So this is a lion. He's gonna teach you how to be. No one's gonna, unless you find fucking Bobby Knight, there's nothing that's gonna match. He don't give a fuck if you 14 18 or 8,
Yeah.
you're gonna be yelled at the fucking same.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? He don't get your ass, like it's the same.
Right.
So everybody at the same 8, 9, your ass is crying on that bench.
Right.
You're gonna be crying because he don't give a fuck about none of that. Right? You need that early. Your kids need to know that value. It's not about the volume, it's about what is he actually saying.
Right.
Right? You learn that early versus being baby, oh, you're the great, you the guy, you the this, you the that. Oh, don't worry, you ain't play this game. We gonna get a new AAU, and he didn't play you. Shit, we gonna build our own team.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then when you get to college, and then that coach cuss at you for the first time, you want to transfer, and you want to sit on the bench. Your career, you done cut your whole ego out. You done.
Right.
That's what's happening to some of these kids in the NBA. That was number 1, 2, 3, and then they get to college and someone break their spirit.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Because I can tell you that when you go in the locker room, you think you the number 1 pick, 2 pick, and you don't think the niggas before you is
number 1, number 2
like,
pick.
You think they just giving their shit up to you?
Right.
Like, nah, they fighting for every inch of that. So you got to show heart early.
Yeah.
You got to show heart early, and that's where like the real vets need to really show like, no, hold your ground.
Right.
Come to practice early. Do this, do that. They need to see you the lead dog.
Yep.
Right, from early. There's like little things that you can see in people game and be like, all right, that's like I can watch a game and you just say, all right, show me the game. I can look in layup line, I can look how they stance, who the alpha is, who the best player is, even if it's the same person.
Facts.
Who's the bodyguard, you can see it in how they stand, walk, like you can see it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right, I can see who a beta male for athletes is just a loudmouth dude who think he hot shit.
Right.
The beta male ain't the wimpy kid that's not beta.
Right.
Beta is kind of the same as an alpha,
Right.
but one is flashier.
Right.
The one that's flashy, talking a good game, I'm about to drop 30 on a motherfucker, like,
Yeah.
As soon as a motherfucker dunk on him, he done.
Right.
You look for that the dude who got the posture that's just sitting there quiet, and then you look who's next to him. Like, if you look at Draymond Green early, he's the one that's gonna be next to Steph.
Right. Right.
Right? You know what I mean? You can see who's who. Like, you can find it because usually the alpha male just wants to blend in.
Right.
Right? He's the one that basically carries the like follow me type.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he has to do it, right?
Yeah.
Quietly.
Yeah.
Because that's the first person we're trying to come after.
Right.
So he has to be protected all the time. That's why you got Draymond Green protected. Steph don't need to say shit.
Right.
He can just give a look. Everybody gonna start moving out the way. And that's what you need. You need that on a team for your star.
Yep.
And you need somebody who can teach him how to be a star.
Yep.
A star doesn't know how to be a star. They don't actually understand, especially the ages we get our money in. They do not know how to be the franchise. You're talking about kids who get money so early. Like right now, I teach my son how to be the face of something.
Right.
Right from the beginning.
Is that why he going to USC and not Arizona?
Yeah.
You didn't want
Because
Arizona?
I was thinking,
Nah.
you being an alum, then your relationship with Bron, Elijah and Bryce sound like a good combination.
Facts.
Going
Like from the aesthetics outside, the eyes, right? That was the ideal place to go. But what I'm teaching him, like if you're trying to go to the next level, I need to put you around things that are being pro, right? Musselman coached me.
Gotcha.
Right? Yeah. So I know his style,
Right.
I know how intense he is, right? I know he's gonna prepare like a pro, right? He's gonna treat you like a pro. He's gonna do interviews.
Right.
He's gonna ask you questions. He's gonna try to trip you up in interviews like the pros do.
Gotcha.
Right? And that's what you need more than just the flashes of being with the Jameses. So, everything we do from like, yo, I'm about to go with my friends at 10 o'clock. And I'll just say, what the fuck happens at 10 o'clock? Like, who's out? Besides the police looking for niggas like y'all.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? That's really it. There's really nothing else out there.
Right.
There ain't no hoes out there that has your best interest at heart.
Exactly.
Right? You know what I mean? So it's like I tell them, like you can go and do whatever you want, but I'm just telling you, like, there's really nothing out there at night besides trouble.
Right.
That's why you don't see me out at night.
Exactly.
I'm in the motherfucking house 8 o'clock. Right? If I'm going to the gas station to get me some coffee or something because I'm about to stream all night. Other than that, I'm not going out there.
Gotcha.
Like he sees like this is the most jewelry I'm gonna have on. And I said, you know, you're a walking bank.
Yeah. Yeah.
Walking bank. Like the bank got guards, right? They got a whole system to protect you. When we go out there, we buying the shit on, man. We trying to, you know.
Food. You food. That's exactly what you looking like.
I done it.
Yeah.
You gonna do it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If you gonna do it, make that shit fake.
Right.
Look the same. They gonna you motherfuckers sign 100 million. They gonna think it's you. There ain't no point in spending the money on it.
I'm not gonna say nothing about it.
I'm just saying, you gonna get your head hit in for some shit. You
I'm
trying
talking
to.
about when I text you about the fake.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You got the money, so who you impressing?
Right. Exactly.
Other niggas in your field?
Right.
Right.
The girls that's gonna give it to you anyway, so you have to move a certain way. Like I even used to sit with marketing groups to see what they're looking for. Right? Like I used to have conversations with the owner and basically said, when you're investing in a player, what are you looking for?
Right.
Right? I said, homegrown. He was like, no. He said, appeal. He said, can he sell himself?
Right.
Right? You know, averaging a certain amount of numbers, yeah, that gets you so far, but like, can you sell yourself?
Right.
He said, my friends, we can't connect with you, right? We didn't grow up like you. We don't.
Right.
Like, so you have to sell us on the identity of, are you approachable? We're looking at for little things like, you know, are you shaking hands? You guys remember, we're billionaires and millionaires.
Yeah.
And we shake people's hands. We can, you know, we don't have your problem.
Right.
No one knows us.
Right.
So when we look at you, we're looking at, are you shaking hands? Do the kids like you? Are you kissing the baby? He said, that really actually, I can sell that. You know what I mean? He said, so there's like little things we're just looking for. Like, I'm investing in somebody who's investing in themselves.
Right.
Right? And it, you know, there's a picture and a bigger picture.
Yeah.
And people don't realize once you leave your house, all eyes is on you.
Yeah.
I tell my son, like, when you go somewhere, dog, someone's watching you.
Yep.
Like teammates shake hands. I don't give a fuck how tired you are. Somebody say, I want a picture, take a fucking picture.
Right.
They want an autograph, sign a fucking autograph. I remember it was a championship game. They were losing. 50 seconds left. They subbing everybody out. And kids coming in and, you know, he still want to try to win. And he's sitting there like, nah. All that's like, you. He's like, come on up. Like, you know, come and shook his hand, shook everybody's hand on the bench and all that. Because he understood, like, nigga, this ain't about you.
Right.
Right? That motherfucker want to play too?
Yeah.
Right? You lost, right? You fucking lost. Get your bitch ass out of the goddamn game, dog. Right? Like, that's because, you know, when we talked about it, he's like, I got it.
Right.
Because, like, once I said something, he understood, took himself out of the basketball self and realized he's graduating too.
Yeah.
This is the biggest stage too. He wants to be able to say, I played in the championship game.
Right.
You gotta give him that.
Right.
He gave you all these games to be you.
Right.
Never complained once.
Right.
Cheered his ass off.
Right. High fiving.
This is his moment, man. You
moving
can't
out
shake
your
that
way
off
so
on,
you
right?
can sit down.
So,
Yeah.
And then I remember someone after, some coaches, and it was like, yeah, when your son came out, man, everybody's crying, he's shaking their hands, living in his, that's really big of him.
Yeah.
And I said, that's what people notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That right there turns into a check you don't even know about.
Right.
So when people are like, yo, he only averaging 14 and 14, how he get 100 million, I got 35.
Right.
Fucking handshakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You said hi to his daughter, you said hi to his mama. That right there has got you that extra goddamn 70 million.
And that's what I'm saying. This is to actually bring out them stories because, like, the idea, like, just listening to, you know, my brother and some of his buddies in the garage talking and you know those debates. It's like we're vicariously living through everybody on the screen and stuff, so we're not there. And then you get to have these conversations with your kids because you've done it, been there, had the conversation, whether it's marketing wise, whether it's front office people, you know, coaches, other players, what have you. T didn't get to do that, but he has those same ideals. Like, this is what you need to do. You get what I'm saying? So I think it comes, your dad. So They're gonna listen to you.
You know what's funny is no one I understand because I know how to jump out of the father role. You get criticized because you impede on people's fatherhoods.
Yeah.
People who get mad at you it's something
That's
inside that kind of questions
Yeah.
their fatherhood.
Yeah.
Right? You can see you are a fan of your son.
Finally.
Yeah, like you get to be a fan. Like, no, fuck, this is my son out here. Like, I get to watch him dunk and jump and run. Like,
Yeah.
I'm no different
Yep.
than the 22,000 super fans out here. What makes me different? Because he's my son? I supposed to sit here and be sitting here like, no, I want to show that I'm fucking proud too.
Right.
And a lot of fucking parents don't get that.
Yeah.
I was going to ask that question. I'm speaking it into existence.
Uh-huh.
When your son is in the league, what kind of father are you going to be?
You wanna know where you gonna sit at?
Have you seen me at the high school games? God damn it, I'm cheering this shit, dunker and motherfucker, yeah. Hell yeah. I'm the trainer, so he knows me here. I'm a fan here.
Facts.
So I'm gonna be like I am for fucking Kobe, how I was for goddamn Jordan, Kyrie. How I am for Luka and Bron now.
But that's
I'm
a multiplier.
fan.
But that's a multiplier though. When it's yours.
Yeah, like you don't tell me how to be a fan. Right. Like, like I had that conversation with Kenyon where Kenyon was like, you a father first. No, I'm a fan first. I was a fan before I had this motherfucker right here. What are you talking about? I was a Laker fan. Like, I was a Kobe fan. Bought every fucking shoe, jersey before I even thought about having him. So I'm a fan first.
It's crazy.
Not a second.
It's crazy. I got ejected for protecting my child with 2 minutes left because I knew he was about to get a tag. My ejection was free.
Yeah.
He would have got tagged.
Oh yeah, no, it would have cost him motherfucking ass. But I can see that because I know how to say, because I'm a player fan, but I'm also a basketball fan.
Right.
Facts.
So I just love greatness.
Yeah, for
and
real.
People don't really understand it because a lot of people today are just player fans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, I'm a basketball fan. Like you coming in town and you a Laker, but I'm still giving the motherfucking person who's killing the credit. Right. Damn, we gotta stop. We gotta stop yoking. Damn. Oh, that's a good ass pass.
Yeah.
Shit, I wish we had some passes like that. You know what I mean? Like, but it's like I just enjoy everyone's greatness. I can see the potential. Like, oh, damn, if he add this to his game, oh shit, that motherfucker gonna take it to another level. Like I can sit there. Like Giannis I don't know if Giannis got mad at me, but what I'm saying about Giannis is you got to really sit back and think. Like, you motherfucking MVP back-to-back and a champion now. If you sat there and did the fundamentals, you became Tim Duncan, who the fuck guard you? Oh shit, it's over. You sit there and got back to the basket, you 10 foot for the rim, get a nigga bop, and dunk. Oh my God, you are invincible. You're going down one of the greatest. That's the compliment from me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm giving my critique on how you can be one of the greatest.
You
are already one of the greatest, but the greatest, where I get to argue about if you top 5 or shit. I'm trying to argue if you top 5.
Right.
I want motherfucker like, get off the glaze.
Right.
Like, no. No, the motherfucker got 12 MVPs. Yeah. But that's, like, I'm one of the rare ones who have this weird, like, I have Jordan #1. I have LeBron #2 for his accolades, but Kobe's my favorite player.
Right.
Like, Kobe's my favorite
That's
player,
safe as hell,
but I don't
too.
have him on. I'm not disrespecting goddamn MJ's resume.
Right.
And I'm not gonna disrespect LeBron's resume. I know the flaws of my player. One, started off, came off the bench early. He came off the bench. These motherfuckers average 20-something, one average 28. Like, that is a thing. And then you didn't do enough during your great years that you have over them.
Right.
And then the last couple years,
Right.
I gotta move you 3.
Right.
Shit, I'm being biased at 3. Right. I know Kareem is there. Huh? I pretend I don't see his shit. Right. Right. I got Magic there. Yeah, fuck off, Magic. You know what I mean? You can be 4.
Right.
Shaquille O'Neal, hey, motherfucker, he carries you. You know what I mean? He carries you. Even though it's fucking Shaq. You know what I mean? But I use that against Shaq to keep you 5.
Right.
So I'm jading my shit for you to beat 3.
Right.
Right? But I can't disrespect, people's careers. Like if you say, all right, who's the top 10? I'm gonna go by what the rankings are. Like Kobe, you 9 or 10.
Right.
It don't change. The shit don't change.
It
Don't change the feeling that you gave me, the life you gave me,
Right.
what you taught me. It don't change that.
Right.
So I'm comfortable with. I think people think if you move a motherfucker somewhere, it kind of changes their whole life.
Yeah.
So you don't got
get that
Dominique
way.
top 5?
Dominique who?
Exactly. Say that. Say that, Dominique.
Like Wilkins? like no. Like that Wilkins, like the human highlight. Oh, okay, like he was a bad motherfucker, but
I used to always argue with them that Dominique was way better than Jordan. I said way better too.
oh, way better. Like what? That's yeah.
You said Dominique who? You don't do my dog like that.
Like I was like, wait, Dominique. Like I'm trying to figure out like this. Okay, that Dominique. Okay, cool. Like no disrespect. Like I mean, that the Jordan thing is very, very.
Sensitive to a lot of people.
Because when you say his name, it makes you smile,
Yeah.
right? It was. Jordan was exactly what the NBA needed.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody who played their part is what the NBA needed. When Magic came in, they needed the Magic Bird.
Right.
You got the kid from Michigan. People don't realize, that's the NBA's first baby.
Yeah, it is.
When the NBA merged and became one league, that was their first young 9-year-old baby
Yep.
here in LA.
Yep.
That smiled, did woos for the world. That smiled, they sold that,
Yep.
right? You know what I mean? It was just one of those things.
With the success of your media brand, Gilbert Arenas, you got aspirations on being front office? Because I see a lot of the players being coaches. I mean, I was just wondering, did you want to be in like front office since player, personnel, very opinionated,
Business,
on
the
the mark,
marketing.
you know what I mean? Like people who dial in to hear your views on a lot of basketball stuff. Like, do you got any aspirations of being in front office?
Nah, because I'm bringing the organization down. Because I'm going to just be honest, I'm not going to play fair.
Gotcha.
Right? You hook me up with Bomber. I'm like, look, Bomber, look, don't question shit, right? Just write the check when I need you to write the check. Send that shit when I need you to send that shit, right? I'll get you whatever you need. You want 10 championships, I'll get the players.
Right.
Just be ready to do some shit that you don't supposed to be doing, right? Just tell me what rules we need to play under, and I'll figure out. So there's gonna be checks written, like John Morant just signed a 5-year, $45 million deal. I'm like, wait, why did he take such a pay cut? The other 300 came on the back end somewhere else. Motherfucker, he owned all of Pasadena. Right now, yeah, fucking motherfucker own all that. You're like, man, got these damn streets. Got a Josh Street, a T. Morant Street. What the fuck's going on over there? Hey, look the other way. Because that's like, I only want to be the best or compete at being the best. Like even in podcasts, I'm doing shit in podcasts people can't even fan it.
Right.
Right? I realize people love their platforms. I don't want you to come to me no more.
Right.
I'm coming to y'all.
Right.
So I'm live on like 9. When I go live, I'm actually live on 9 platforms at the same time.
You was live earlier.
Yeah.
On
But I'm
IG,
on
right?
platform. I'm live on Twitter, YouTube on a couple channels,
Twitch, on that
IG. I'm on Twitch. Like, so I'm actually live on all these platforms. Nobody know how to do that shit.
Right.
Right. So I sit and study and do all that stuff. So you put me as executive, I'm gonna figure out how to manipulate
Right.
the situation and get what I need. I'm not even gonna bullshit you.
Right.
You just don't question my methods. Goddamn, even the arena. That shit it's gonna be like overseas.
Right. Right.
It's gonna be overseas basketball. Motherfuckers in there chanting, jumping up and down. We're not gonna have that quiet. This building, I'm trying to go 41-0.
Right. Right.
I want this to be the hardest building to win in, so I'm gonna treat it that way.
Gotcha.
And you know what I mean? It's a business. Like
Seem like you have more fun with this than, like, yeah, if I go in the front office, it's gonna be non-traditional. It's gonna be not what y'all used to, and that,
What we here for?
Yeah, but they don't like when you shake up things.
And that's they're scared of something new
Yep.
and don't realize everything comes to an end.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you can't see the train coming, you the fool.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a fact.
Because
That's a fact.
trains are the trains are coming. 1 year, 10 years, whatever you're doing.
Right.
So if you're not realizing, okay, the shit feels vibrational right here,
Get your ass on
we
the
go
track.
ahead, jump to the other side, figure out how to get to the other side. And that's all it is. Like when I'm saying like right now in my field in podcasting, I wake up at 4:30 and I just scroll the internet, look at what's going on. Right? I got Kai in this one, I got Mr. Beast over there, I got Pat McAfee, I got First Take on. I'm just watching how everybody moves. Like, all right, they outdated. Okay, he's moving, he's stalling out a little bit. Right? I'm just thumbnails, reading titles. Like I talk to Chat GPT all day, like it's a motherfucking friend. Yo, Chat, rate today's episode. 5 things that made it bad. 5 things that made it good. Rate it 1 through 10, 7. All right, how do I get it to a 10, right?
Wow.
How's my thumbnails? How's my thirds? How's the color? I ask everything. Because it's like, you know what I mean? Like top 10 things that's going on in the world that's trending right now.
Right.
And then see what people are actually being famous for.
Right.
Our top 10 things in sports. Damn, I ain't nothing, right? Like shit, I ain't nothing. So I'm sitting there having that conversation, critiquing, uncritiquing, and just to get better.
Right.
And that's how we supposed to be.
And we appreciate you coming, you know,
Yeah, man.
with me and my brother trying to do this. And we don't want it just basketball. Like I said, we want the journey of a parent, whether it's football, baseball, basketball, it could be the parent and the kid, it could be the kid, whatever. We wanna record the journey and get it out to, cause we know people wanna hear the other side.
Right.
You know what I mean? They don't wanna just hear, yeah, I was hooping here, then I did this or whatever. And it's like, no, how could y'all afford for your kid to do that and whatnot? We want those stories out so these parents can start hearing the real behind the scenes and stuff. You know, we just, like T said, we just had the tournament in Memphis, the Super Regional in Nike. We got 8th grade boys, 8th grade girls, 7th grade boys. And I was talking to John's brother, Tap, coach, sitting over here, and we was talking about the parenting, like how we just got dropped off to the gym with like $2 in our pocket. You better not leave that damn gym. I'll get back when I get back, but you better be in that gym when I get back. Now, he trying to, you know, get his kids stretched out, and the parents sitting right over there with the kids, like, go sit in the bleachers. Like, leave them alone.
Listen. You run down a rabbit hole. There's a rabbit hole to run down. You're gonna hit some gold.
Yeah.
Cause you talk to some of these kids who ain't make it during this NIL, parents robbing them.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Oh
See,
yeah, that NIL's a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because remember, most of these kids, like, there's a reason some of these kids getting flown across the country.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, we got to move to this state. We got to move this state. Getting that bag, these kids ain't getting nothing.
Right. Right.
Like, so you gotta, there's this. You
We-
talking to the parents? Go to some of them kids too. They're gonna tell you a whole nother motherfucking story.
Hey.
Oh shit, you got one.
Hey, send them out.
Was
send
funny?
them
He's
our way.
early. He's early. One of the early editions.
Yeah.
Like you're talking about 08.
Yeah. Yeah. We gonna get to that.
Parenting. 2025.
Oh yeah.
Man, there's some stories from NBA. There's some stories in NBA players that's playing right now. How they parents rope-a-dope their ass.
Yeah. We had a parent at a tryout last year, literally. The kid missed all the tryouts. He's a talent. I mean, you know when you see talent, but it's like, look, you can assess and be like, that kid could probably play varsity basketball. That kid could probably play college, maybe not high level, whatever. I had to be honest with my oldest, you know, like, look, he probably D2.
Yeah.
You know, he got the height and all that stuff, but he don't love it. You know what I mean? But he could, and he did, you know. But it's like a parent walked in with a sixth grader. Like, what are you gonna do for? And I'm like, you can walk out that door and go back the other way. That's what you could do, because we ain't got nothing. Some Chick-fil-A right here. What's happening? You know. But Gil, we appreciate you coming on, showing love with us.
Anytime.
You know. Teed Up Podcast.
Yo.